Good evening, fellow Singaporeans. How many of you are from Hougang SMC? Put up your hands. How many of you? How many of you are from Arjuni GRC? How many of you are from other GRCs? But most importantly, how many are from Singapore? For the past 7 days, I have not been to the Workers' Party rallies. You know why? Because what they gao. I've been working intensively on the ground in Hougang with my volunteers, visiting constituents and understanding the updated needs and concerns. You see, I have with me a group of volunteers. These are the unsung heroes of Singapore political development. These are the people who persisted with me hours before daylight and hours after the sky turned dark, despite by soaking themselves with perspiration every day. This group of volunteers pressed me on and motivated me whenever fatigue threatened to overcome me. Tonight, we shall acknowledge this group of Workers' Party volunteers. Wait, before that, can those Workers' Party volunteers in blue please stand up for me? Please stand up for Singapore. Please stand up. We shall acknowledge this group of Workers' Party volunteers with a big round of applause. They are the unsung heroes of Singapore politics. Thank you, really thank you. The past 7 days on the ground has indeed been a very valuable time spent for me. A smile, a hello, and a handshake with each Hougang resident is an encounter with the much talked about Hougang spirit. The pressing of each hand, the look in their eyes, communicated their fire and their understanding that transcends beyond words. The majority of Hougang people, they understood what the Workers' Party is doing. They understood why Mr. Lau Tia Kiang had to step out of Hougang to venture into a tiger's den. In a mountain, to conquer a GRC. And they also understand why Yaw Shin Leong is being assigned and deployed to contest the Hougang constituency. Hougang people understood the significance of the importance and of the mission for Hougang and Arjuni GRC. It is a move that Hougang people could identify with. Hougang people understood the pressing need for more opposition and alternative voices in Parliament. Thank you. In the last 20 years, they unreservedly showed their support. For this, we must acknowledge Hougang people. During the 7 days of house visits in Hougang, the warmth, the hospitality of the residents have touched me tremendously. And my team of volunteers. In one of the house visits, one family, thank you, seeing us from the opposite block. Let me complete this. In one of the house visits, one family, seeing us from the opposite block, rushed down to the mama store at the void deck to prepare drinks to welcome us. surely it must be because of the Hougang spirit at work again. The repeated encounters of such hospitality from the Hougang people simply reminds us that a home is not just a house, and a house may not be a home. Despite the conditions of the exteriors, it is often the heart that matters more. Hougang people may not be staying in the most upgraded and polished estates, but the warmth and the sincerity of their hearts are second to none. You tell an Hougang person that their flats are undervalued. The lift upgrading is the end of the queue, but the fire in the Hougang spirit still continues to burn. Because Hougang people understands the need for political justice in Singapore. The fighting spirit of the Hougang people motivates me. It encourages me. This is the community worth fighting for. This is the constituency that I'm committed to serve my best, nothing but my best. Over the past few days, we see a lot of emotional outbursts from our men and women in white. We have heard some apologies and saw some shedding of tears. There were questions asked on Hougang Town Council processes, raising doubts on our ability to manage a town council. You see, it is very strange that ministers will question the town council processes when all the accounts are being thoroughly audited by a public accountant approved by MND and the Auditor General. Look at Ho. Such questions raised at this point of time are meant to cast doubts in the minds of the voters of our functioning abilities and functional abilities. Their tears and their apologies are only targeted to swing sympathy voters. Will you be swayed? For the last 20 years, when PAP hegemony was not threatened, have we heard any minister apologizing to you? The arrogance we know of the incumbent, how often have we voiced and ignored? How often have we been criticized for voicing out? And how often have you heard that your feedback and opinion are but mere noise? Today, we are told that the PAP will listen to you. No? The PAP said that it wants to connect emotionally with you. Some posted online videos promising to be your voice in Parliament. But after decades of ignoring you and arrogance, tell me, can you reconcile this emotional outburst? Can you accept the apologies? Maybe we can panchang a bit, maybe we can. But one thing you cannot panchang, which is when it comes on 7 May 2011, you must do the right thing. Without a credible voice in Parliament, credible alternative voice in Parliament, do you believe that the PAP will listen to you? Do you think they can connect emotionally with you? Without a credible alternative voice in Parliament, do you think there will be apologies? Do you think that there will be transparency in policies that didn't work out? People of Singapore, lend me your ears. Learn from the people of Hougang. The series of emotional outbursts and apologies were targeted, and they have came decades too late. The majority of Hougang people have seen it through. Let us emulate the spirit of Hougang people in standing up to our belief in political justice for Singapore. Tonight is the last night of the Workers' Party rally. And a new beginning. That's good. Come 7th of May, Singaporeans, you must mark your decision at the ballot box. We must stand up. We must make it right for Singapore, and we shall, we will, we must. Confirm, huh? So let me ask you one more time. Will you join me in this journey? I think we must tell the person to your left and right that towards the First World Parliament. Remind the person to the left and right. Turn to the person to the left first and to the right. And after that, turn to the person to the left and right and say Workers' Party. And together we shall shout, Workers' Party! 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 Thank you.